Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. My name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I am doing a twin flame reading for the Twin Flame Collective. As many of you know, I do channel these twin flame energy update videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be sure to check back on those times and days to receive some kind of a message for you or for your connection. Now, with that being said, because I do channel many different people and forms of connection, be sure to only take what resonates with you and your situation, because your intuition speaking to you through that feeling of resonance is really the compass of your life and your guide through these readings. So I'm shuffling the energy oracle cards today, and while I'm shuffling, be sure to subscribe to this channel, because by subscribing, I am able to pick up more easily on your energy, which allows me to channel more clearly for you and your situation. I keep hearing stop and go. Stop and pick up where we left off. So something that someone is experiencing in their connection could feel like a kind of stop and go or touch and go kind of energy. Also, someone could be feeling like they are picking up where they left off with a person, or that this is what they desire to do. Or I'm hearing someone say, this is what we always do. Like we always seem to pick up right where we left off with each other. But again, it's kind of that feeling of stop, and then there's this period of, I'm hearing void, almost like a nothingness during those times of so-called stop. But then all of a sudden, and of course the envy card reversed. So with the envy card coming out here, I'm getting that during those times when things feel, I'm hearing off, or it feels like there's a stop in this connection. This leaves one or both parties, in fact, actually both, feeling really empty or really unfulfilled in different ways, kind of in this lackful energy. I'm hearing looking at this situation and feeling empty or feeling unhappy. But I'm hearing that although both people here feel this sense of unhappiness when things are off, one of them is hiding this more so than the other. I'm specifically picking up on a situation for some where, again, during these kinds of stop times in the connection where it feels like, I'm hearing it feels like things are just off or aren't clicking or aren't moving forward, like there's a void, like we're frozen in time. During these periods of time, one party, which I'm feeling is the divine feminine here, may feel like she is the only one who feels this emptiness during those times, who feels this lack or unfulfillment. But I'm getting that the masculine here is feeling it equally strongly. I hear him saying, I don't want a life without you. I feel such a void, such an emptiness without you. But ironically, I'm hearing this masculine say that he feels this emptiness even when he is pushing away the divine feminine, either emotionally or in some other way in the physical world. Now, I feel this kind of stop and go dynamic I'm channeling won't be necessarily for everyone who is listening to this reading, but for those of you resonating with this, I will be channeling more information on this in the extended version of the reading, which, as always, the extended readings are on Patreon. So more information about the Patreon and how to join our beautiful soul tribe on Patreon is linked in the pinned comment and description box under this video. So the next card to come out here is the Garden and the Gate reversed, and I'm hearing that this is a divine feminine's higher self or spirit guides here, speaking to a need to protect her energy. But specifically, this card is really sitting on the heart chakra and the throat chakra. So what this indicates to me is that there's something around her verbal 3D communication with other people. Specifically, I'm hearing what she shares with other people, and also around her hearts, how she protects her hearts. I'm hearing protects her beautiful, warm, loving energy. And on the throat chakra, I'm hearing protects her dreams and her visions. That other people around her, or other people she may be trying to share these things with, will not necessarily understand. I'm hearing this message of Divine Feminine, stand strong in who you are, be the light, radiate your lights, even if other people are committed to misunderstanding you, or if you feel lonely or isolated at times, specifically because of the way that other people may react to you when either you share your lights or try to talk about or share your heart, your dreams, your visions, your passions. I see the other person here, it's like their eyes are just kind of glossed over or dark, and I'm hearing it's not that these people around you are necessarily evil or anything like that, but they have had, or there are people around you who have had the light kind of knocked out of them through life experiences. They've lost that light of passion and love and joy within their own life. So don't expect someone who has been disconnected from their own light to be able to see and appreciate yours. And I'm also getting a message of the best way that you can be a help to these others, be an inspiration, is simply to confidently stand in who you are, to again just be that light, simply by existing in that light and refusing to lower yourself or dim your light for others has the most profound impact that you could possibly imagine, Divine Feminine. And whatever higher sources or beings you're connecting with, whether it's your higher self, your guides, God, the universe, these higher powers are really, really both praising you for having the courage to stand in that light, but also admonishing you to keep being that, to keep standing in that, even again when you may feel fears coming up or when other people don't fully understand you. And the card, you're not alone, isolation, physical connection, community. So I'm hearing that there could be a Divine Feminine. I'm getting this solar plexus sensation, this kind of nausea in the stomach feeling. And so some Divine Feminines might be feeling that. And this could be coming from something happening in the solar plexus centered around this Divine Feminine sense of authentic confidence. And what I'm seeing happening is that she is really stepping into her power in a profound way. And this is creating an immense shift in her energy field, specifically through the solar plexus chakra. I'm hearing this is something other people around you can see, can perceive, almost in a very visible, literal way. And some are repelled again by this power, by this light, because it too profoundly illuminates their own fears, their own forgotten dreams, their own insecurities. But you're not alone. I got this image of a woman standing in a room, and there were all these doors around her, but she was completely alone in the room. What she couldn't see is that behind every door, there was a person or a group of people waiting to enter her life. In this metaphor, knocking on the door of her life, trying to come in and connect with her authentically in this space of power and love. And I see these people representing this Divine Feminine's soul family incarnated here on earth. Her soulmates, so to speak, although soulmates can be platonic in nature, they aren't necessarily romantically romantically based. But what I'm really feeling is this divine feminine has in the past been blinded to the fact that she is so supported, that there are so many members of her soul family incarnated here on earth. And for some divine feminines, this is because you have been placed strategically in a community. For some reason, I'm hearing for someone, this was in a church. So you could have been in a religious group that you really never felt a connection with, or that caused you to feel really disconnected from yourself. For others, I'm hearing this was a school system. This was a family. Actually, for many who are resonating with this specific message, these were actually certain members of your family, your physical earth family, that may have caused you to feel this disconnection from yourself. And I see that self-disconnection may have continued to play itself out in the kind of friends and platonic relationships and even romantic relationships that you attracted into your life. You may have experienced karmic friendships. That's been coming up in the collective. The realization that karmic connections aren't just romantic, but that sometimes we attract karmic friends. And for someone, I'm hearing a friend group that must be released as we release the negative pattern within ourselves. For some, I'm hearing it was like a low self-confidence or a lack of sense of worth in their true authenticity, purpose, and power that may have caused them to attract these groups of people that may have not really been in harmony and resonance with their true soul purpose and their highest path in this life. For someone, I have to tell you, I keep picking up on a divine feminine who has a friend or a group of friends from your past who you actually did really resonate with. This group of people, these were soulmates for you, but somehow you became disconnected over the course of your life. And now I'm hearing that these souls are actually trying to knock on this door of your life, trying to make their way back into your life. But I'm hearing this message of, are you going to be open to receiving these connections? Or for some of you, again, these will be reconnections with people from your past. All of this is coming because I'm seeing someone who it's like, you've gone through so many ups and downs in life, which have been reflected in these kinds of ups and downs in your own energy field. You've had times where you felt really disconnected from yourself. And from that space, you may have disconnected from certain members of your soul family in this life. I'm hearing gone our separate ways. And at the same time, you may have connected with karmic friendships, karmic relationships, people in your life who resonated with this lower vibrational timeline that was unfolding at that point because of this lower energy that you were carrying, because you were disconnected from yourself. But I'm hearing you've gone through this spiritual awakening. And although this has taken you through the depths of who you are, although this has brought you through a very intense void where you've experienced a lot of negativity, a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty, this has brought you, or is in the process of bringing you forward into this light, into this, I'm hearing this highest person of yourself, this highest vibrational person or version of yourself that you could ever imagine. And again, this is going to result in opening all of those doors for you, divine feminine, opening the door to more authentic connection or reconnection from even people from your past. Inner earth, new solutions and beginnings. And also the card, baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. So the message here for you, divine feminine, from your guides is to continue tending to your inner earth, to your internal world, meaning continue to prioritize. I'm hearing the routines and rituals, carving out the time and space that allows you to really stabilize your energy field, to clear out your energy, because I'm hearing this reminder. My guides are really wanting me to remind you, divine feminine, that because you are on this very intense spiritual path through this lifetime, it requires of you to be more aware and to to invest more time into your own energy clearing, whatever that looks like for you. And of course, this is going to vary from person to person, but I'm getting this divine feminine who it's almost like your ego tries to fight your soul's need for this time and space because society would have us to believe that we should operate like machines that just push into action all the time, never really stopping to fully connect with ourselves or to really tend to our own energy. But I'm hearing this message of guidance for you, divine feminine, to continue investing in yourself in that way, whatever that looks like for you, but especially making the time investments, having the investment of your own focus and awareness on how you are feeling in the moment, which is an indication of your current energetic state of being, and really having the dedication to yourself to clear that energy on a daily basis. Again, whatever that looks like for you, I'm leaving this intentionally vague because I do feel this will connect differently with different individuals. Now, if you are a divine feminine listening and this is connecting with you, I will be channeling more messages from your spirit guides, from your higher self, whatever divine forces you connect with. And those extended messages will be in the extended reading on Patreon. So the link to that is, of course, in the pinned comment and description box under this video. But for now, I do want to shift into 3D messages from both the masculine and the feminine to see what they could be consciously feeling, thinking, or experiencing in the physical 3D world. So let's start with the divine masculine because we've had a lot of messages coming through for and from the feminine so far. So what is going on with the divine masculine in the physical 3D worlds? Walking away, kind of in the midway position, I'm hearing he's in some kind of process of flux, some transition, some kind of transformation. I'm hearing messy. So for some masculines, this transformation could be looking very messy to other people on the surface. I feel for some masculines, this is a literal transition out of a relationship, out of a job, onto some either new or different kind of manifested life path. But for other masculines, and actually for all, regardless of how it's manifesting physically, there is this inner transition. There is this inner process of transformation. I'm hearing an inner transition from the old self to the new self, from the old identity to the new identity. And it almost feels like, for some reason, I'm getting this thing about changing their name. So that might resonate for some masculine. They may be going by a different name or a different version of their own name or a nickname or something. I don't know why I'm getting that message for someone specific, but for most masculines, I'm feeling that this is more so symbolic. When we think of changing our name, we think of changing our entire identity, what we're called, how other people think of us. And so for the masculine, I feel that this is an identity change that feels so deep and so profound. It's similar to changing one's own name, changing one's entire identity. And I do keep getting this message that this is beginning to look very visible to other people in this masculine's life, because I keep feeling as though there are eyes on him. And I heard for some masculines, they would describe this as a sense of pressure or being pulled in a lot of different directions, but their heart knows the way. The heart knows the direction that they are going in. And it is that heart knowing that this transition of the self is allowing them to reconnect with more profoundly and to receive more clarity about as they go along. And I do see that happening for them. And ultimately, the more they establish that sense of inner clarity, really cut through this confusion that could be manifesting at times in the physical, the more with all tied up reverse, they're able to open up. There is this clearing of the third eye chakra happening for the masculine, allowing them, I'm hearing, to see and understand things clearly, whether it's people in their life. I'm hearing specifically for some masculines, there were people in their life where they were living in some kind of fantasy of the person or of the connection, whether it was platonic, whether it was a work relationship, a parent, a family member, or something romantic. But all illusions are being cleared away for this masculine at the energy level. I'm hearing allowing them to break free. And that energetic breaking free is opening them up to clear movement forward and communication within this twin flame connection as well. And just to confirm that, as I was speaking there, the sixth chakra, the third eye chakra, came up in the upright position. This is a masculine becoming much more clear. I'm hearing about who he is, about what he truly feels, about what he wants. There's something about feeling for this masculine having been unclear in the past, which I know sounds strange, but I feel as though I'm speaking to a masculine who felt so disconnected from himself in the past. He wasn't even able to clearly discern his own feelings. For some reason, I'm hearing discern his own loyalties, where the loyalties of his heart truly lied. And I feel that the reason for this lack of clarity, that could have seemed like it was a lack of clarity in the heart. I keep seeing that. So there could have been a romantic element here, like this masculine acting as though he didn't know what he wanted in love, or I'm hearing couldn't make a choice or a decision or move forward. But it wasn't a lack of clarity in the heart. It was actually coming from this third eye chakra block, this inability to fully connect with his own inner guidance and intuition through the higher level chakra centers. But his spiritual awakening has broken this wide open, allowing him to see not only himself, because I am getting this self-accountability factor here too, but other people, his connections, his life, for some their work or a wrong path they feel that they're on in life or with their work. It's allowing them to see all of this more clearly. And with second chakra in the reverse, this clear sight, they're receiving this intense level of clarity in all areas of their life, is actually triggering at times a little bit of a sacral chakra discomfort. Because of course, the sacral chakra has to do with our ability to be transparent, to be vulnerable, to be open, to connect authentically with others, both emotionally and physically. And I heard closing off. So because of these triggered sensations in the sacral chakra, this masculine could at times, I'm hearing a false wall or an artificial wall, meaning it's like, not that they're building a brick wall between themselves. And I am hearing for some divine feminines, it feels like this masculine is putting up a wall to them at times. But know that if this is happening, and I don't feel this is for everyone, but if this is happening for you, divine feminine, this isn't a concrete wall. This isn't a brick wall. This is a fake wall, an artificial wall, a temporary wall. And through that visual, what I'm really getting is, it's not that this masculine is permanently disconnecting from you to separate himself. In these moments where he feels triggered and may put up a little bit of a wall that you sense, divine feminine, this is him, or sometimes even his higher self, creating this bit of space where he can really block out what's happening in the physical world so that he can fully focus on his own inner spiritual growth and development, which again at times may become very intense. And then I'm hearing, of course, happy family upright, the reunion card. As this masculine continues to heal, to go within himself, I keep hearing hermit mode. So many masculines may be in a kind of hermit mode, but as he continues to allow this intense process of transformation to clear his energy, to stabilize him, even if these false walls were up or temporary walls seemed to go up, these will come down as he stabilizes himself, bringing in this harmonious reunion kind of energy with the happy family uprights. But of course, this is an ongoing process of energetic stabilization. and growth and development that has to happen within this masculine for him to be able to fully sustain all of the physical communication, interactions, that movement forward in your connection that you desire, divine feminine. But all of that is continuing to happen. And most of all, the last card coming out here for the 3D masculine is the heart chakra in the upright position, just signaling to us this confirmation of, yes, I'm getting this energy of your soul, divine feminine, knows what your mind sometimes can't wrap itself around or can't fully grasp or understand logically, but your soul knows. This masculine's heart is softening to love, is opening to you, to the connection, because he is opening to his true self, because he is going through this powerful process of inner transformation that is opening his heart center. Your soul knows this, divine feminine, and it is happening. I see this as a message of confirmation for any divine feminine on the other side of this, resonating with these messages, that you can trust this knowing of your soul about your masculine's heart-centered expansion that is continuing to happen over the course of time and is leading again to this happy family, this harmony kind of energy, this reunion state energy that is coming in more and more as this masculine stabilizes within himself. So I'm going to reshuffle the cards here, and in the extended, I will be channeling more information on this from the 3D self of the masculine. So more of his conscious thoughts and feelings about this heart opening transformation taking place within him. So how the masculine is consciously thinking or feeling about this or about the connection specifically will be channeled in the extended reading, which again is in the pinned comments and description box. So now I am going to channel some 3D messages from the divine feminine. So what is the divine feminine thinking or feeling about herself, her life, or this connection? Towards a personal healing and happiness in the upright position, I am learning to fully prioritize myself, my own growth, my own healing, and to protect my happiness, to protect my joy. I hear I am on the rise, I am growing. Fourth chakra in the reverse position. I feel the shifts in the divine masculine, especially those third eye chakra shifts and transformations. But at times, even as I feel his heart shifting, softening to love, there are moments where I still feel triggered. I'm hearing something about past pain or past emotional hurt surfacing for the 3D feminine at times recently. Something about time here too, fear of time running out or noticing signs of time passing or feeling the effects of aging to a greater degree, something along those lines coming up for the divine feminine, causing her to more strongly feel this awareness of time passing and leading also to potentially feeling nostalgic for certain things in the past or feeling like she is re-experiencing past hurts that may be somehow triggered at this time. But the ironic thing is, the reason for this divine feminine on a higher self level that these things are resurfacing is because the masculine is expanding so profoundly through the heart center that it's actually illuminating any remnants of emotional pain stored in the heart center of the divine feminine that I'm hearing are coming to the surface to be healed and released once and for all. For some reason, I'm hearing something about like a breath of fresh air. So this could be speaking to a divine feminine literally doing breath work exercises or getting outside for a literal breath of fresh air, grounding herself in nature. But this could also speak to this clearing of her heart space. I'm hearing in ways that you didn't even know you needed clearing or you needed healing. So some divine feminines may feel certain things coming to the surface that I'm hearing them feel frustrated, saying, I thought that I was over this. I thought that I had moved past this, or it may involve her physical counterpart. There may be this feeling of, I thought we had moved past this. And I'm hearing the divine come in here to say, you have energetically moved beyond this. The reason that if anything is coming up for you, I'm hearing any trigger points. Someone may literally be doing some form of trigger points therapy. But if there is some kind of emotional trigger points coming up for you, it's not because you are backsliding, and it's not because you haven't moved past it. It's because your masculine has expanded his own heart space to the degree that he is now capable energetically of holding this space just as you have for him in other ways in the past. It's like this weird reversal of energy slightly happening here, where the masculine, through his heart expansion energetically, is at this time holding the space also for the feminine to, I'm hearing, be able to access and deeply release from the roots any remnants of emotional pain or cycles or patterns that I'm hearing there are echoes of these things, residual echoes that could still be being stored in, I'm hearing, the depths of your heart center. I'm hearing something about the Akashic records for someone. So someone may have had an Akashic record reading. You may have visited this space in the astral realm in your dreams. Alternatively, I'm getting something about a bookstore or some kind of a college library, and also something about Rome, whether it's literally the city of Rome or Roman architecture, or perhaps I'm channeling a divine feminine who lived a past life in Rome or something along those lines. But you will know how that resonates with you if it does. I'm just kind of bringing through a lot of things coming out for different people through this reading. But regardless, the energy here is that the divine feminine may at times feel, and I'm hearing especially around the pink moon, which was very intense for many feminines, you may feel your masculine's expansion of his own hearts, which actually catalyzes you, as we do as twins. We're always catalyzing and expanding each other. This may actually expand you into depths of your own hearts and your own self that you didn't even know existed. I'm hearing a feminine say, it's like this journey never ceases to amaze me with how greatly I can feel broken open, expanded energetically. And every time I reach a new point of growth or expansion, I think, this is breathtaking, exhilarating. I've never been here before, but then it just continues to go on in this beautiful, never-ending process of expansion. Now, some divine feminines may be consciously tapping into that. I'm hearing joy, even through the pain at times. But for other feminines, you may not find yourself able to consciously fully access that joy element at times when you are re-experiencing this pain, and know that that is okay too. And if that is your case, this is your higher self simply coming in to remind you of the expansion that you are experiencing, even through those moments of feeling triggered or feeling pain. And of course, as I was speaking here, the yin yang card in the reverse position came out here. And as you all know, this is one of the top 2 twin flame cards in this deck. So I take this as a symbol of confirmation for a divine feminine who may be experiencing at times a resurfacing of doubt. I hear a feminine saying, I feel like I come so far on this journey, only at times to circle all the way back to square one, where there are moments of wondering, am I just crazy? Am I delusional? Am I really a twin flame? Is this person truly my twin flame counterpart? Have I somehow made all of this up in my mind? And I will be channeling more information for you, divine feminine, more messages here from your higher self, because I do feel that would be beneficial to help many of you feel more assured and confirmed in wherever you are and in your connection. So that will be in the extended reading, as well as higher self-love messages from both the masculine and the feminine. So all of that information is in the pinned comment and description box. But the one thing I do want to leave you with, divine feminine, if you are experiencing these doubts coming up again at times, or this feeling of, am I crazy? Have I just lost it? Is what I hear someone saying, is that Well, for some divine feminine, right away, there's the message of you lost everything in order to find yourself. And it took a lot of courage because you've had to say a lot of goodbyes to things, to places, to people. But all of those goodbyes to things that were not aligned with who you truly were have led you into the person that you are and that you are now becoming, your true soul's identity manifested fully in the physical here on earth, a path that most people on this planet never align with because they don't have the courage that you have to be that light, to walk this path, to so courageously continue to choose yourself and your own passion and purpose, and to choose to stand in love when others would prefer to drag you back into fear. You are a beacon and you are a twin flame, whatever that means for you. You are a very ancient soul here to serve a purpose on earth, but your soul knows of many lifetimes, places, and people that your human limited minds can't access. And that is okay because even though you can't consciously access that knowing, your soul feeds it to you in small signs and feelings that we sometimes call guidance or intuition. And every day you are learning how to hear that intuition more clearly. So therefore you are being guided by your soul in a more profound way than ever before. If you were not a twin flame, this material would not resonate with you in the way that it does. You sometimes, from that limited human perspective, call yourself crazy or delusional because you were taught to deny the reality of your soul for the sake of the physical reality that is really just, in many ways, an illusion. Perhaps even when you were younger, there were people that called you crazy, even in a joking manner. But all the same, it may have affected you for having these beautiful gifts that they didn't understand, for having this beautiful vision for your life that they couldn't grasp. And so maybe somewhere along the way, your own mind picked up that pattern of labeling yourself as crazy whenever you were onto something good, and not just something good, but something so spiritually profound and guided and beautiful. So when your own mind tries to call you crazy for what your soul knows, have the courage to trust the knowing of your soul, to trust where you are being led and where you are being guided, to trust that small voice within beneath the shouts of ego or beneath the chaos of your life. You are reconnecting more with that every day. You are so supported, so loved. Both of those things more so than you realize at times, which is why they are coming up in this reading as a reminder. Very powerful messages coming through at the close of this reading for you, whoever you are listening to this reading. And of course, in the extended, we will be going deeper into some of the details that came up throughout this reading. So for a refresher on those points that will be included in the extended, you can explore the pinned comment and description. We will also be channeling higher self-love messages from both the masculine and feminine to one another. And again, all of that information is linked in the pinned comment and description box under this video. Otherwise, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day and start to your week. Remember who you are. Continue to have the courage to reconnect with more of who you are at the soul level. I love you all so much. I am sending you huge amounts of love wherever you are on the planet right now. We are all soul family and co-creators here, and I am so grateful for each and every one of you. Have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk to you in Wednesday's Twin Flame reading.